welcome, 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 welcome. Can you hear me? Welcome to the Indigo. Welcome to the Indigo room. Sorry, my frequency is off. Welcome. Today we're discussing the radio is on. Can you hear? I got crackling in the background. Welcome to the Indigo room. I don't know if you can hear me. Hi Sid. Hi Linda. Can you get that static? Right? There's static in the background. Major noisy. Yeah, there's a reason. The radio is on. The radio is on. That's the topic of our show today. And what I want to know is, what is your frequency? What are you vibrating? What are you transmitting? Yeah, it was major noisy. Major noise. So you couldn't really hear what I was saying. Couldn't hear it at all. Welcome to the Indigo Room. I am your host, Sydney Chase, and this is where we discuss all things spiritual. And by that, I mean that we are non-physical spiritual beings having physical human experiences. Life is supposed to be good. It's supposed to be delicious, even when it's wicky-wacky. And that's what you are transmitting when you're wicky-wacky. That crazy noise. Good rising, Barb. Good rising, Linda. Yeah, it sounds good now. Now it sounds good. You can hear me clearly. Can't you? That's what happens when your thoughts are wicky-wacky and you're trying to transmit, you're trying to send out your energy so that you can be, do, and have what you choose to be, do, and have. Yeah. Major noisy, Linda said. Hella noisy. So today we're discussing the radio is on, but what are you transmitting? What are you transmitting to the universe? What are you transmitting to your body? What are you transmitting to your energetic field? What are you transmitting? What are you transmitting? So we're going to talk about that. But first, as Linda reminded me, we are going to tickle our amygdala. Because I forgot to do that the past couple of weeks. And we're going to light some sage. And we're going to light some Palo Santo wood. And we're going to bring Linda on out so she can chat with us too. And I hope you had a delicious week. I hope your week was great and fantastic and fabulous. Mine was interesting. As always, I always having somewhat of an interesting week. Sometimes it could be wicky-wacky. Sometimes it could be nuts. Sometimes it could be fabulous. It all depends on what I'm transmitting. Okay. So we got the Palo Santo wood lit. Welcome. I hope you had a great week. Here's some sage and Palo Santo wood for you. Send it on out. If you have some, light it. We need more of us, bringing good light and energy to the world, to the universe. Yay, my feather is ready. That's right. I forgot, Barb. You are a radio broadcaster. That's right. Yay. Yes. So you could add a lot to this conversation today because as a radio broadcaster, that tickle me with a feather. That as a radio broadcaster, sending out your transmission, it has to be clear, or your listeners can't hear you, right? Same thing happens with the universe. So we're going to tickle our amygdala and give you some more sage. It's not that smoky today, because I'm not that wicky wacky today. I woke up feeling good and energetic. I got a good night's sleep. Even though I had to work yesterday, the job is getting a little bit better. My body's acclimating. She's acclimating to it. I love her for that. So I am definitely happy about that. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. Well, you can keep them open, but it's always a little bit better if you close your eyes. Imagine that you have a feather in your hand. Imagine you have your feather. What color is your feather? And why do we tickle our amygdala? Because it lights up our frontal lobe. It helps with your third eye. And it helps to relieve the wicky wacky. And your amygdala is right above your temple, right here. It's like two little almonds. And when they're closed shut, you're in fright or flight or fright and flight mode. You're in wicky wacky. You're in distress. Everything is, things are not feeling good. When it's clicked open, that is when you are feeling good. Your vibration is higher. And this helps us to raise our vibration. It's like a mind hack, a vibration hack. So we like to tickle our amygdala, remind everybody to tickle your amygdala. We haven't been doing it, so we're doing it today. We're doing it today. Imagine you have a feather in your hand. Get a feather. Imagine that you have a feather in your hand. This helps with your imagination too. What does your feather look like? What does it look like? Is it blue? Is it green? Is it purple? Is it white? I don't know. You decide. Mine for 2012 is white with gold and a little purple and a little blue mixed in there. Okay? That's my feather. White, gold, blue, purple. Kind of indigo-ish. So imagine that you have your feather. You're going to feel the bristles of your feather. Is your feather long, short, fat, wide, thin? What does it feel like? Imagine what it feels like. Use your imagination. Okay? Then raise it up. Slide it into the center of your forehead. And then move the feather over to the right and just tickle that amygdala, which is above your right ear on the right. And then slide the feather over to the left and tickle it on the left. Yeah, and that's it. Pull it out and you're done. You can do that as often as you want during the course of your waking day, because it's when we're awake that we got a whole lot of mishigash running around up in here, creating havoc in our world and our experience. So remember to do that as often as possible. And that is our little tidbit for this morning. I do want to thank all of the new subscribers who have joined us here in the Indigo Room. And if you're new to the Indigo Room and you haven't subscribed, please do. You don't have to, but if you do, that's a wonderful thing. You can share the video with your friends and family, or not. You could also visit us on the Indigo Room, where I forgot to put the stream up, which I usually do put it up live. I didn't do that today. I forgot. So I'll have to put it up later. But today's topic, as I stated, is the radio is on. What are you transmitting? We're going to add Linda into the call today. Hi, Linda. Good rising.
Good rising. Hi, everybody. Hi, Barb.
How you doing? How you being? How you feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
Had an interesting adventure
Did you?
Thursday. Yeah, I went to pick up my mail in town, and uh, I had some donations for the local donation place, and it's a very small organization. It's in an old house, and it services a lot of homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to go to the library, and after I picked my mail up, was like, no, I don't want to go to the library. I want to get rid of all this stuff that's in the back of my card, the donations.
Mm-hmm.
So I wandered around and ended up in front of the donation place, because I can't quite remember how to get there. I vaguely know where it is in town, still learning the ropes. So I pulled up right in front of the place, and there are a couple of people hanging out front. And as soon as I pulled up, they somebody recognized me and said, "Do you need help with the donations?" And I said, "Great." So people started helping with the donations. And as I'm standing there directing, uh, this man comes running up the street, absolutely angry, furious. You know, if you could see steam coming out of his ears, he would. And he was
Mhm.
kind of dressed like a modified new age biker, I guess. Anyway, he goes storming into the office, and people are still unloading stuff from my car. So I'm still out there by my car. And he comes back out after a few minutes and starts yelling at this person uh, whose nickname is Jesus, and because he looks like Jesus, what Americans or white people consider Jesus, the long brown hair,
Ah.
skinny. Anyway, so I had one uh, thing that I wanted to take of myself. I locked my car up and went in the office to get a receipt. And then I heard this guy who had come into the office hollering at Jesus and basically telling him apparently he's a neighbor that lives on that street and there was an issue, and the guy was like hollering at him. You could hear him inside the building. And I'm standing there and I feel, so it's like I'm observing. I'm not reacting to the situation at all. Um, and I was calm and poised, which is one of the things on my vision board. And um, one of the ladies in the office had called the police. And then another lady who's very tall, she's like 6 foot and kind of heavily built, walked out to sort of monitor the situation. And you could hear uh, the guy who was angry still hollering at Jesus. And I was just standing there being calm and poised. And everyone was apologizing to me about this situation. I said, "It's okay. I'm not upset. These things happen. Not a big deal. You guys are taking care of it." Uh, and at no time did I feel like I was afraid or in fear or anything. And then I just waited. Uh, Things died down. The police were coming over to remove Jesus because he had apparently been drinking, and the neighbor had left. Um, and I went. I was going to my car, and it was like I was so. It was like these people just stepped up to protect me, and um, no, here, let me walk you to your car. And I walked outside, and he was very protective and was between me and Jesus, because Jesus was across the street, and got me in. Guy got into the car, and then another guy who worked there knocked on my window and said, "I really apologize for this." I said, "Don't worry about it. Everything is fine." And then I rolled my window up, and then the police officer pulled up in his car, and I drove off. So I didn't realize it at the time, but after sharing the story with Sydney, I realized that I was calm and poised, and that was my broadcasting message. And um, it wasn't a conscious thing that I was thinking about at the time. It was just I was observing, and I was calm and poised, and that really seemed to minimize the situation, and people were doing what they needed to do to maintain the calm and stuff. It was just interesting. It was like, wow, hmm. I just by being me, I um, broadcast calm and poise. Everybody did what they were doing. Um, they didn't freak. Nobody freaked out or anything. And it was just like, okay, step one, step two, step three, da 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 da, and boom, it was over. It was you know just quite an amazing thing, and I didn't realize how much power, if you would like to call it that,
We like
or
to
how much
call it that.
how
It's
much
power.
yeah, uh, the vibrational frequency was calm and poised, and everybody there seemed to have picked it up.
Exactly. Exactly. So
And it
you're
went out onto the street, and the neighbor who was angry, he just, when the woman went out to see him, he finished saying it, he just left, he disappeared. It was like poof, he was there 1 minute, and then poof, he was gone.
he couldn't stand in that energy though. He couldn't.
No.
He just couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't vibrate in that energy because you, first of all, would not allow him his energy to interfere with what you were transmitting.
Right. Yeah, and I was there. I guess my mindset was, I'm glad I'm able to donate this stuff, because I know this particular donation place, um, in the town I live in Newport. Instead of letting the homeless sleep all over the streets, they have them all. They open up the fairgrounds and they can camp there. So if they have a tent or whatever, they can pitch it there. There's porta potties and stuff.
Right.
And this particular donation place isn't very far from the fairgrounds. It's a couple blocks. And they offer coffee, they give food, you can take a hot shower, wash your hair, wash your clothes, all that kind of stuff. Um, so uh, that's the way Newport handles their homeless. They're doing something positive anyway. This particular is doing positive stuff, and as is the town.
Wow,
Uh,
that's kind of cool.
yeah, I
Kind of.
wish a
That's
lot.
very cool.
I haven't heard of a lot of other towns that do that. And Newport is the county seat, so that's where the county fairgrounds are. So I haven't checked to see if other counties in Oregon are doing that or not. But there are a very large, um, lot of homeless, a huge homeless population in Oregon.
Right. There's a
But
huge homeless population as we move, as
yes,
we transition. That you, a lot of people don't realize how close to homelessness they are, right? Um,
yes,
or you think you have everything, all your ducks in a row, and financially, and you're not really, maybe you're not really vibrating abundance and wealth because you're doing everything, you're doing, but there is help there. There's help the more you vibrate financial abundance, but a lot of times people don't even realize what they're vibrating. They don't even realize what they're transmitting. So yeah, there is a lot of homelessness showing up on the planet, but there are people stepping up to assist, like Newport is doing. I just saw an article. I can't remember where it was though. Um, they just opened. It might be Oregon. I have to go back and look. They just opened a place where they have those little tiny houses.
hmm,
Like they built the tiny houses,
yes,
um, and allowing the homeless to be able to move in. People who are homeless, on the street, to move into these spaces so they can transition, from that space to their new home or their forever home or whatever you want to call it. But it's really cool, and the whole town or the area, I can't remember. It might be California. It's either it's somewhere on the west
yeah.
coast.
So there's a church that's doing it, and they
Hmm.
have tiny homes, like on part of their church property.
Right. So, there are ways that we can all assist each other. And as Linda was just saying, she went in to assist, and make her donations, but she was vibrating poise and calm. So on her vision board, this is what she's choosing for 2020. And as we move into the new energies that are showing up and helping us out, and she was able to diffuse this situation that was happening around her just by being her, by being herself. She didn't do anything physically, but she's been focused on her own transmission, what she's vibrating, what frequency she's on. And this is what I was talking about last week. As each one of us moves through this year, moves through our spaces where we're at, you can be a force of power where you are. You don't have to be, famous. You don't have to be this huge author, this lecturer, or whatever it is that the world says that we need to be in order to assist. She had a little inkling in her intuition to go there that day, right? Because you were going
Oh,
someplace else. You really
yeah.
weren't going to go there.
No, it was like as soon as I came out of the mailbox place, it was like, okay, library. And it's like, nah, I wanted to go to the library when I first came into town, but then it was like, no, oh, I want to get rid of all this stuff in the back of my car. And even the wandering around on the street, it was like I couldn't remember what street I was on. So I started further away and then worked my way back. And then, and then when I pulled up, it was like I parked right in front of the place. And as soon as I got out of the car and then opened the back of my SUV, boom,
Mhm.
there was a guy right there. Do you need help with this? And there was a lady with him, and they were like taking stuff in right away. And it was, it was almost like I knew everything was going to be taken care of somewhere in the back of my mind, but I couldn't give you the details. And it was like everything just unfolded. And I'm just observing and going, oh, I got all this help. I mean, literally, as soon as I got out of my car, there was somebody there. Can we help? And I don't know if they recognized my car and my license plate or whatever, but, and it's the same, one of the people is the same person that helps me all the time. And I only go like once a month. It's not like I'm going every week.
Right, right, right.
Yeah. And the more I think about it, it's like, it's almost like looking back on it, it's sort of like a stage play. This happened, and did it, and it was like, it was, the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of going, wow.
You realize how much power you actually really do have.
Yeah.
And that is what we want to talk about today, because you really are powerful beings. You're magnificent beings. And I've often said it's not being unique that makes you magnificent. I mean, it's not being magnificent that makes you unique. It's your uniqueness that makes you magnificent. And you all have a magnificence about you, but you also have a uniqueness about you. I don't know if somebody else could have done that in that moment on that day.
Yep.
And Source knew. Energy, um, our higher self knows where to send us, where we're going, and what is the next step. We don't always know what the next step is because number one, we got a lot of mishigash going on. I got to do this because I read this book and it said that I have to take this step, this step, this step to do this. Sometimes you just have to, as we stated last week, go with the flow and trust. That's where faith comes in. But when you are transmitting this, when you're transmitting that, you are not going to get the results that you want. When you're wicky wacky, when your thoughts are all over the place, you're not going to get the results that you want. Now, we have moved in, the portal is closed. So if you didn't make a choice, choose light, dark. If you didn't choose what you're going to do this year, you still have an opportunity one more time in September. Okay. So get your stuff together, figure it out, make your plan, and write it down. Keep a tally of yourself. You know, we keep tallies of the calories that we put into our body. We keep tally of how many steps we take. We keep tally of how much gas is in our car. We keep tally of, how much money you spent. You keep a tally of all of these things on the outside of you, yet many of us are not keeping a tally of how many times I focused on love. How many times did I focus on light today? How many times did I say thank you? How many times did I check my words and what I'm saying and what I'm thinking and what I'm being? We do all of this stuff on the outside, but we tend to minimize and forget, hey, I got to check and see what I'm doing on the inside. That is more important than anything else going on around you. And I want to thank you, Linda, for sharing that beautiful story with us, because a lot of times we forget. And just like you were just like, wait, I did that.
Uh-huh. And also, when you, even if you focus for a minute or 2 minutes on love or uh, uh, tickling your amygdala or whatever, that radiates out. Saying good morning to people. When I worked in corporate America, uh, there are some of us who would get there about a half hour before, quote, the regular work day so we could set our day. And I'd be going up the back way, and I'd see these people, and I didn't know who they were, but I'd say, good morning. That's all. And I just go on about my business.
Mm-hmm.
But as I did that over the course of time, they were like starting to beat me to saying good morning when they saw me, and they were
Right.
smiling. So um, don't negate just the little things, even a smile. Yesterday I was eating my lunch looking out at the ocean, and there's a little uh, store that sells kettle and caramel corn. I've been in there once or twice, and it's really good. And so as I was driving by, there was this man standing by a white pickup truck in front of the place, and I stopped and I looked, and he just waved at me. I went, "Oh, cool," and I waved back. Then I went and got my lunch, and I came back, and then I decided to treat myself to some caramel corn. And I went inside, and it was the owner of the store that had been standing outside by his truck and waving at me. And so we chit chatted for a while.
Right.
So, that made me feel good. And it made, I just thought he was somebody that was waiting for his wife who was in the caramel corn store, to buy stuff. And it turned out, no, he was one of the owners. And we chit chatted, and I found out that the town, Walport, where I was, has a Facebook page. So, you know, oh, cool. I can check on what's going on in the town, because we had some really high tides and it damaged the waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody had videoed the king tide coming in, throwing literally uh, 12-inch round dead trees over
Wow.
the embankment. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful tide. Powerful
Yeah.
kick tide.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really know my neighbors, but when I see a car coming up the street, I always wave, or, and they wave back. And It's like you never know. They recognize your car when there's an issue or you need some help or they see you on the side of the road, they're going to stop.
That used to be something that was done way back in the day when I was a young kid. Um, and I would go down south to visit my grandparents, and they would be sitting on the porch, and they would just wave at the cars
Yeah.
that passed by. I was like, "Oh, Grandma, you know that person?" No, but I'm just saying hello. Like it was something that it was intrinsic in them, to just do that. And a lot of times people don't do that. They don't say hello. I know when I go to different places in different areas, and it depends on where you live, And in New York, I always say hi to people, and I always get a little like, what? But Barb said that you changed the situation with a little tweaking of the dial. What a little tweaking of the dial will do, and that's what we're talking about, is changing your frequency. And we started that last year, raise your vibration. And this is what we're called, Raise Your Vibe Tribe. And hopefully that's what you've been all doing, because as we moved into 2020 and the portal was open, and you have this opportunity to choose light, or, not to choose light, you have to make a conscious choice. Things are going to, I'm finding just in the last week, things are manifesting a lot quicker. I mean, like within sometimes moments of me speaking certain things.
Ooh.
Yeah. Um, and this is because my frequency is vibrating a lot higher than it was before. I've also gotten rid of a lot of wiki wacky, nonsense and people right on out. Bye, right on out of my experience. So when your frequency, when you change the dial, and it could be just a little, like Barb said, just a little tweaking of that dial, you will start to find that your words, and I'm not talking about just all great things either. Some stuff I didn't really want to happen, and I spoke it out, and it was like, boom. I was like, oh, you know what? You don't want to do that again. We're not doing that. But you're vibrating at a different frequency. And when you're vibrating at a different frequency, you will start to realize that stuff will start to manifest much quicker than it's ever happened before in this new energy that we're in. So you want to be mindful of what you're speaking and what you're thinking and what you're putting into your energetic field. And what do I mean? We all have an energetic field. Okay. This is what psychics read when you go to a psychic. They're reading your field. It's what you've put in there. I was speaking to one of my many daughters. I don't really have daughters in real life, but I have all of these young people who look at me and they call me mom. So one of my young daughters was talking about this week a psychic that she went to see, medium, intuition, reader, whatever. And she was questioning what the woman had said to her. And she called me up. She's like, "Ma, I know you'll know." So I'm going, what? I don't know what she said to you. However, whatever you're putting into your energetic fields, this is a field we have of energy that's all around us. Everyone has one. It belongs to you. It's what you're putting in. And then this is what gets read by the universe, right? This is what gets read. God reads energy. The universe reads energy. Source reads energy. It's not looking at me specifically going, oh, there's Sydney down there or over there or out there or in there. There's Sydney over there. Let's give her this. Let's throw this at her. Let's blah 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 blah. It's not that. It's my energy. It's what is being read. My vibration, my frequency is what's being read. And what am I transmitting? And when someone who is really honed in with their skills, because we all have the ability to read energy, trust and believe that. It is a gift that we all have. Some of us have honed that skill, and some of us, it is dormant. And so we get shocked when somebody comes over and they go, you could read our, um, what maybe one of our possible futures may be. And so she was read by this person. And she was shocked, okay, because she hasn't honed in on her own energetic skills yet. She's working on that. But she was shocked and by what the person had said to her. And what I wanted her to understand and what she got immediately was that there are so many possibilities that you could choose. However, what a medium will read is the one that you're sending the most energy towards. You're sending the most vibrations towards. You're sending the most thoughts towards. So let's say I wanted to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's all I'm focused on. I'm planning it. I'm thinking about it. I got wicky-wacky thoughts. I think I'm going to fall, but I'm still going to go. And this is what I'm planning. And this is what I'm planning. Now, there's several possibilities. I could go next week. I could go tomorrow. I could go tonight. I could go with a friend. There's so many possibilities. So I'm zeroing in my thoughts, my vibrations. I'm putting that into my energetic field. She's going to read the one which is the most congruent, or he, the one that has the most energy. That's what's going to pop out to them. I could all of a sudden decide, you know what, I'm not going. Now I'm going to focus on here. But there's so much energy going on over here that I've already put into the energetic field. That's what she's going to see. That's what she's going to read. And this is what she's going to say. She's going to say, Sydney, I see you going to Mount Kilimanjaro, in a very short time. And I'm going, what? How did she read that? How does she know? Because I'm putting it in here. She's honed in on her skill to read energy. It lights up for her. So what you are transmitting, what you are sending out, if you are we don't even realize how powerful we are. We just don't. Hi, Wanda, welcome. Sometimes we don't, not sometimes, the majority of the time we don't realize how powerful we are. And you're sending everything. I don't know, wicky-wacky thoughts. You're sending powerful thoughts. You're sending happy, joy thoughts. But the ones that you are focused on the most is what is lighting up in your world. And when you are focused and transmitting this, could be, oh my God, I'm never going to have enough money. Oh my God, I'm never going to make it. Oh my God, I'm never going to. It is lighting that field up, boy, with I'm never gonna. Universe sees this energy, sees this vibration, feels this vibration, just like we're feeling, seeing, being, doing, having, sees that and says, yeah, okay, never gonna. This is what you get, never gonna. You're never gonna. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna. That's what's happening. Then we wonder why we have the results that we have, because you're doing this. You're not being clear. You're being staticky. Well, you're being clear. You're being clear on never gonna get it, never gonna get it. But you're sending out whatever you're sending out, and then you're saying out loud, well, how come this is not working for me? How come I'm not gonna have it? How come? So we want to get clear. Now, here's some things that you can do. We've talked about this as ad nauseum, but I'm gonna keep talking about it till we all get it. Every day. You got to do it every day. Just like you take a shower every day, you have to do it. You have to keep track how often you're sending love to yourself, to the universe, to people. Put a reminder on your phone. If you can't remember on a regular basis, you have a cell phone that has a timer and an alarm. I use my phone all the time. I've been using it for years, since 2009, when I first told you to use that to set reminders for yourself to tickle your amygdala, to send love to the planet and its inhabitants. That includes everybody. Send light and love out to the planet. Remind yourself to do that. I know you don't think that it's helpful, but just look what we were talking about with Linda. Okay? She stood in this kind of distressful situation to those around her. However, she was a powerful, calm, poised vibration that shifted. Could have become a crazy, wicky wacky, uncontrollable situation. You can do that where you are at right now, because y'all know my job that I told you that I took last year. Whoo, I was feeling in a way about it. Okay, I was wicky wacky as all get out. Child, I was ready to roll up out of there. I was ready to beat people down. People were ready to catch. I was ready to throw hands on people. I had to catch myself, check myself, and do some work. Because I'm in a new situation that this is like, I've never been in that kind of situation before. I was going into darkness, slipping into darkness. That was me. I was in there. Woo. I was like, okay, God, what did I do? What did I say to get myself into here? What's happening? There was a reason why I am placed in this position where I'm at. And I'm okay with it now. I'm good. But I'm going to tell you, every day I bring light, I send light, and I surround that building with light and love every day. And I don't make a distinction about who can have it and who can get it. It goes out to everybody, including me. And I do it when I'm not there, on the days that I'm off. And I send it to my old position as well, that place too. Now, here's what's happening right now, every day. Like Linda was talking about, saying hi or whatever. I get hugs every day. Sometimes I don't even know these people. They come up to me and they go, "Hi, good morning. So good to see you." I'm going, "Okay, good to see you too." I don't know them. Really. This is how I met one person. She came over. She was like, she just started talking. Just started spilling her guts. And I'm going, okay. So I sat with her for a while. Now I see her every morning. She gives me a hug. She's a beautiful light, great soul. So you can diffuse and change a whole situation, and you can change a whole experience. I changed my whole experience working at this new job, and what my shifted my thoughts about it and shifted my experience. I shifted my experience. I chose how I was going to experience this job. Don't get me wrong. I still would like a different job right now. But I'm in it, and I'm finding I have to find all of the things that are loving, that are joyful, that make me smile, and embrace those things. And while I'm doing that, the energy is shifting and the energy is changing in the place, in the space that I'm in. So you can change and shift your own space and where you're at just by doing a little tweaking. And again, the universe is reading your energetic field, and you all have one. You can't see it right now. You may not even believe that it's there. You may say to me, "Well, Sydney, I don't see my energetic field." It's not necessary for you to see it at this moment. What is necessary is for you to put love, light, peace, joy, happiness keep doing that. Keep sending it out. Keep doing it, because I'm telling you, and I'm telling you right now that your energy is being transmitted. Whatever it is, whatever you're sending out is being transmitted to the universe, who then responds to your transmission. Now, Barb used to be a radio announcer, radio host, had her own show. She knows about radio. And back in the day, before we had cable, if you have a satellite or a dish on your house and you're using that, you have to have it in the right position in order for you to receive the transmission. Because if it's not in the right position, or if the antenna is not in the right position, the transmission to your television set is wicky wacky, right? Exactly. So your transmission has to be in the right position. What books are you reading? Or are you reading? What books are you reading? Are you filling yourself with? Are you filling up your own tank with? Some of the books that I'm reading right now are from Oren and Deben. That's where I'm at. I'm rereading that. I'm also rereading Virus of the Mind by Richard Brody. Really good book. I highly recommend it. And I'm also rereading Spiritual Growth and by Oren and Deben. So those books right now is what is on my on my playlist.
What was the other one beside Virus of the Mind?
Oh, Spiritual Growth by Oren and Deben.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for putting it in the chat. But what books are you reading? Are you reading books right now? Are you reading the news? Are you reading newspapers? Are you just, getting everything from Facebook and social media? Not that social media is bad. I love social media. I think it's a great thing. However, what are you feeding your mind? What are you giving? What are you putting into your energetic field? Because whatever you're putting into your energetic field, you're going to get more of that. So check. Find some books if you want. I will do a show about the books that I've read, and we can discuss them, and I can share what's in my library with you, and some of the books that have helped me to grow spiritually. And some of them are fiction and some of them are nonfiction. But what books are you reading? Ask yourself that question. Also, when you're raising your frequency and changing your transmitting, because changing your transmission, be mindful of the words you're using. We had that discussion before, but we're going to do it again. Be mindful of the words you are using. So I'm going to share my screen with you really quickly, because I want you to go back to what we talked about, your voice commands, your mind, body, and spirit. What words are you choosing? Be mindful of your words. Speak life over your life. It's really important now that we are in 4 and 5D. We're in the 4th dimension. I know everything probably just looks the same to you. We have shifted. We have moved. The shift began. Things might just look different, look the same. Doesn't look the same to me, quite frankly. I look outside, I look at the sun, everything looks different. We're in a different where we moved, literally. The planet literally moved and shifted. So we're in a new energy. If you haven't been doing the work of this past year, past several years, this is really a good time for you to begin that. Be mindful of your words because words are powerful. Words have vibration. Your voice has a vibration. I'm going to share my screen with you all again. And we're going to take a quick look at this. Nope, that's not it. Photos. Okay. Can you all see
There we
that?
go.
Let me make it
Yeah,
bigger.
it will be in a minute.
Zoom in. Oops, that's not what I want.
There we go.
All right, let me see if I can enlarge in it. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, come on, close. I want to close it. Oh, keep going back. It keeps going back to that picture. There we go. Okay. So let me just make the window bigger. There we go. There it is. There we go. Okay. So let me take us off, and then it probably will be bigger. There. Let's take me and you off for a minute. Barb says, I'm in a book club and we take turns picking the next book where the crawdads sing. As I read the books, I remind myself that it's fiction. But every book we've read so far has had characters that we can all relate to. I know I see their dilemmas in a way I wouldn't have previously. Cool. That's cool. You can read that, and you also want to read something that's going to be, also, which I know you do, that's going to be powerful for your experience. All right. Let's see if I can make this even bigger. Because it looks like I think that's pretty much as big as I can go without cutting everything off. Your voice commands your mind and your spirit, right? So I can't, I won't, it's hard, I don't believe, I'm a skeptic, I don't like it, are powerful, creative in creating what you do not want to experience. Because it first comes, the thought is energy, seeing is energy, talking is vibration, speaking is vibration. You first are going to have the thought. It's like magic, really. You're first going to have the thought. The thought doesn't just come, the words that come out of your mouth don't just come randomly. You have to first think it. You have to first create it in your mind, in your heart, in your energetic field. We got the dog barking outside, and we're going to calm the dog and send love and light to Miss Cleopatra. Everybody send her love and light so she can calm down. But you're going to first think it, and then you're going to speak it, and then you're going to become it. All right, let me take her. Come on. Come on out here. Come on. Go ahead. Go. Throw yourself out there. And so you're going to speak it, and when you speak it, you're putting it, and when you think it, and when you feel it, you're putting it into your energetic field. Sometimes people have always said, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That's a lie. It's a lie we've been told for our entire lives. That is not true. Your words have power. You're a powerful being, and your very words can actually change your whole experience and can hurt you. So what do you want to do? You want to speak life over your life and those lives of people who are around you and maybe who's not around you but on the planet. So you want to change your words. I can, I am, I believe, it is done, I can do it, I can do anything. Again, when you start with try, I'm going to try. Now, you know, when you tell somebody, I'm going to try to make it, you know, good and doggone well, you ain't coming. You ain't going. Not going to happen. It's a wrap. Trying, I can try, I am trying. When you put this word into your experience, you get very little results. Things don't really, you know, pop off. Well, I'm trying, you know, I'm doing the best I can. It's that kind of energy. It's wishy-washy. It's neither hot nor cold. It's very uncreative. It's not going to create much. When you change all of that to I can, I am, I believe, it is done, I can do it, I can do anything, I have, also is great. Your I am statements can be I have so and so, I am so and so, I'm being this, I am doing that. Change your words. Trust me and believe as we continue to move through 2020 and beyond, you will be manifesting things so much quicker that you will catch yourself. You're going to catch your own self. It'd be better if you know, put yourself down. You're going to catch your own self because you're going to be manifesting stuff right out of seemingly thin air. Seemingly. Because it's stuff that you've put into your energetic field. It's stuff that the universe is reading. And you're transmitting it, and then the universe is transmitting back to you what you are transmitted in form. So you do want to be mindful of your words as we move through 2020. Okay, let me move over to, okay, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I keep saying comments. It comes up that I have comments, and then I don't see any comments. So I don't know if you're commenting because I can't see it right now.
We're good.
Okay. So check your words, be mindful of your words because your words are powerful. Just this morning. Just this morning. And your thoughts are powerful. Okay, your thoughts and your words combined create a creator. Just this morning as I was walking Cleopatra, I thought to myself, and when I say that stuff is manifesting like with the quickness, I'm not kidding. I thought to myself, I haven't seen my neighbor. And I said it out loud. I said, I haven't seen my neighbor. I wonder how he's doing. I walk right around the corner. Who pops out? Good morning. This is somebody that I see all the time. I had a conversation yesterday with a friend from work. And we were talking, and she was sharing with me about, you know, stuff that's going on in her household or whatever. And as she's speaking it, within a matter of, I don't even know, 10 or 15 minutes from that conversation to a phone call at our house, the stuff that she was talking about that she wanted to change and she wanted to experience something different shifted and changed. She looked at me and she was like, oh my God, I can't even believe that happened. She's like, I can't believe they, wow. She said, we were just talking. I said, yep, I know. I know. So hi, Funky. Funky 00. Barb said, I find it helpful to speak out loud and even sing it in my house to get myself to hear it better and to drown out the other. Yeah, singing is really great. I make up all kinds of songs. You should have heard me singing yesterday at work. Everybody's looking at me like I'm on drugs. Pretty much I was. I was high, high on life. But I was singing yesterday. I was just singing and dancing while I'm slinging boxes, making up words, making up songs. So you can do that. I did that in the shower. I do that in the shower all the time. Make up all kinds of songs to help me to remember my I am statements. Um, Wanda said, "That's what I do, Barb. It becomes the little engine that can. I know I can. Exactly, Wanda. Exactly. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. You're the conscious. You're the one. You are the one. We can talk about all of these things, but you're the one that has to do it. So you can put a reminder on your phone, right? To catch to and remind yourself to put whatever I am statements you are working on and put it in your phone to remind yourself to be, do, and have. What it is that you're stating. What power words are you using? What are you speaking into existence? You are a powerful being, and you really, really, really have the power to start speaking things into existence. Starts with the thought, of course, first, because you have to have it within you. So this is why I'm asking, what books are you reading? What are you pouring into you? When you put gas in your car, do you put like the worst gas in your car imaginable? Do you go and search out the worst gas station and put that in your car? Especially if you have a brand new car. You got a brand new car. Imagine you're a brand new you right now in 2020. Right? You're a brand new you. What are you putting into your gas tank? Are you still bringing? Did you bring 2019 with you and all that wiki wacky? You still bringing? You still putting all that nonsense in there, right? Still putting all them hateful, nasty, wiki wacky, judgmental vibrations and thoughts into your gas tank? Are you going to search for that? If you have a new car, do you go and search for the worst mechanic to work on your car? Even if you have an old car, do you go and search for the worst mechanic? This is a brand new you. Do you go and search for that? No. You want to you probably have been, but you want to fill up your tank with as much positive vibrating words as possible. I can, I am, I have, I am being, I am doing, not try, not I can't, not I won't. This is the time right now. You're powerful beings, and this is the time to raise your vibe. Also, something else I want to talk about. Let me just pull this out. Well, we can't. We get 2:05. We're over an hour now. I didn't even realize it, Linda. We went over an hour.
Good.
But can you forget and forgive? We're going to talk about that next week. Can you forget and forgive? Can you forget and forgive? Not forgive and forget. Can you forget and forgive yourself and others? And can you forget the incident as if it didn't ever happen? Is that possible? I don't know. I'm asking the question. I do know, but do you, Linda? How do you feel? Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
I have to make a list because I have been doing that. I mean,
Uh-huh,
and it's coming up in some unusual places for me.
exactly.
And it would be really cool if we could think about it over the week and maybe jot a couple things down so we can all share a couple of stories.
I,
Um,
I agree.
and And if we can't, if you don't want to type it in the chat box next week, maybe you can just email it to Sydney at the Indigo Room 2 at gmail.com. And then we can read them over share them that way.
That sounds like a plan, Linda. So again, you want to be mindful of your words. And we're going to be talking about next week, can you forget and forgive? Can you? And, if you want to, you can write your comments below in the comment section. Can you forget and forgive as we prepare for next week? Linda also suggested that you write it down, write those things down and share them with us at the email, theindigo2 at gmail.com. Also, I did want to say before we go, colors have a frequency, okay? Colors have a frequency. So you want to choose high vibration colors of food and your clothing. And I will be putting up on the indigoroom.org some of the different colors and how they how it shifts your vibration and what you're transmitting as well. So you do want to check what you're putting on your body. And some of the things that I wanted to share with you also is make sure you are talking to your body every day out loud. Talk to your physical body. When you take your shower, while you're showering, while you're bathing, talk to your body. Tell your body how wonderful it is, how fabulous it is, how you are thankful that it brought you where you are right now, how gorgeous you are as you massage yourself, as you rub yourself, saying, I love you. Thank you, body. You're magnificent. You don't even have to speak to certain parts of your body. Just tell your body, your own physical body, that you love it. I'm not saying look in the mirror and say, I love you, Sydney. I said, say, I love you to your actual physical body. Okay? Touch yourself, rub yourself. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, bringing me to this day. Thank you. Thank you, body. I love you. I love you. You're a magnificent body. Just like you talk to your car, because a lot of us do. Talk to your actual vehicle. This is your vehicle. This is your vehicle. Talk to it. The I am statement for this week. I am the invincible guard, established, sustained, and maintained over my mind, body, home, my world, and affairs forever. This is your I am statement for the week. Use it, live it, be it, let it roll around. Set your alarm to remind yourself. I am the invincible guard, established, sustained, and maintained over my mind, body, home, my world, and affairs forever. I think I covered what I wanted to cover. So if you are interested in coaching, we still have one-on-one coaching available. 30 minutes, your first 30 minutes is free. The information is in the description. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, you can click the Indigo Room logo in the right-hand corner. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the links are in the channel banner up there. If you don't see you see my face like that, smiling with a little gold thing. Click that. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, I forgot. We have the new shirt. We are one, love for all, hatred for none. Oh, let me move this. Let me hide this so you can see. We are one, love for all, hatred for none is on the front. And then we have the Indigo Room logo right there on the back. So the shirts are on the website. It's the last time I'm going to wear it, because I got to wash it now. But it's so soft and it feels so delicious. We have our Indigo Room mugs. Yeah, I'm shamelessly plugging. I brought this with me to work this week. Love the bottle, water bottle, and it has power words on it. So you don't, this changes the structure of your water. So we talked about that at the beginning of the year, how to raise your vibration, by drinking powerful water and bringing more water into your experience because, we are made of mostly water. So, and the the mouse pad got here. I love it. So this is our new mouse pad.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to
Yeah,
order me one.
yeah. Um, you can order all of that on the indigoroom.org website. So there's all kinds of stuff there. We have the men's shirts, so we didn't just ignore the men. The men's shirts are up there, and we have a new bag that's up there, and sweatshirt. So you can pick those things up, check it out, go shop at the indigoroom.org website, click on the Emporium, the Indigo Room Emporium, and that's where you can buy all that stuff. Um, and that's it. So, Linda, do you have any parting words for the day, for the week?
Love you all. You guys make my week. You support me in ways that you don't even know.
Awesome. Also, I want to make sure that we all remember to send some healing energy to our friend Sharon. She's still going through her health challenges. So if you do remember to include her in your light, love, and healing, send that her way. She's doing much better, but a little bit more would be great. So remember who you are. Remember that you are source energy right here in a physical body. Also, hit the thumbs up. Don't forget that. Remember that you can be, do, and have anything that you desire. Remember, it is not being magnificent that makes you unique. It is your uniqueness that makes you magnificent. You are all unique. Trust and believe, stay in the light, keep going, keep moving forward, keep being, doing, having love. I love you. Enjoy your week. I'll see you next Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 p.m. Love you. Bye. Don't go away, Linda.